canción para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando.
Welcome to this week's Praxis Spanish Help. 2 weeks ago, Mexico City. Last week, Oaxaca. This week, we leave the tourist circuit your textbook actually covered. Mazatlan, Sinaloa, the Pacific coast of northern Mexico. Different food, different music, different rhythm, different Spanish. Same country, but not the country your students learned about in Spanish 1. This is the Mexican Regional Identity Praxis tests, and almost no curriculum teaches. Quick favor before we dive in. Mazatlan has the third largest carnival in the world, bigger than Venice, bigger than Trinidad. Only Rio and New Orleans are bigger. Drop in the comments, did you know that? And which carnival in the Spanish-speaking world have you been to or want to go to? Mazatlan, Veracruz, Cádiz, Tenerife, Barranquilla, any of them count. I'll feature the most mentioned one in episode 17. Quick recap. We are using the 3 Ps: products, practices, perspectives. Today's destination, Mazatlan, in the state of Sinaloa, Pacific coast, about 500,000 people, founded as a port in 1531. Here is why I picked Mazatlan for this series. When Praxis tests Mexican cultural identity, it doesn't mean Mexico City. It can mean northern Mexico, where banda music plays, the food is seafood first, and the rhythm of life is Pacific, not Central. If you can only talk about Mexican culture as one thing, you will miss questions about regional Mexico. That is what Mazatlan fixes for you. Quick moment. This is me in Mazatlan. The malecón at sunset, a pulmonia ride through old Mazatlan, the cathedral, seafood I had to fly home and dream about, Plaza Machado at night with Banda playing 2 streets over. Your girl didn't read about norteño culture. I went. So when I teach you about the Mexican Pacific coast, I'm pulling from a notebook I filled there. Let's get into products. Products. The things this culture has made. For Mazatlan, 4 show up on the Praxis when they ask about regional Mexico. 1. Aguachile, raw shrimp, lime, chile serrano, cucumber, red onion. It is the Sinaloan answer to ceviche, but spicier, sharper, and not Pacific International. It is Northern Mexican. Praxis loves regional food differentiations. 2. Pescado zarandeado, whole butter-filled fish marinated in adobo or soy and citrus, grilled on a mesquite frame called a zaranda, invented in Sinaloa. If a Praxis question asks about Pacific Mexican cuisine, this is the answer. 3. Pacífico beer, the brewery, Cervecería del Pacífico, was founded in Mazatlan in 1900 by German immigrants. That's a Praxis-relevant detail. German plus Mexican, a real mestizaje of the North, not just Spanish plus indigenous. 4. Banda Sinaloense, the brass and drum music genre that became Mexican music for export, but it is specifically Sinaloan in origin, distinct from mariachi, from norteño with accordion, border northern Mexico, from son jarocho, Veracruz. Praxis tests these distinctions. These 4 are the products column on your Mazatlan page. Pause and write them down right now if you're studying along. Practices. What people do here. First, Carnival. The Carnival of Mazatlan is the 3rd largest in the world, behind only Rio de Janeiro and New Orleans. It's been running since 1898. Week-long parades, a queen of the carnival, a king feo, the ugly king, naval battle reenactments. If Praxis asks about pre-Lent celebrations in the Spanish-speaking world, Mazatlan deserves your shortlist. Second, pulmonías, open-air golf cart-style taxis that have been running since 1965, only in Mazatlan. Locals use them daily. It's a city that built its own form of transportation and kept it. Third, los clavadistas, cliff divers who jump from a 13-meter rocky cliff at El Mirador in Olas Altas into a narrow surge channel of Pacific water below. Acapulco's La Quebrada gets the spotlight, but Mazatlan has the same tradition, just less marketed. If Praxis asks about Mexican cliff diving traditions, knowing both separates you from the people who only learned one. Fourth, Sunday on the Malecón, 20 kilometers of seaside boardwalk, one of the longest in the world. On Sundays, families walk it, eat at the marisquerias, watch the sunset, listen to bandas playing for tips. It's a community ritual, not a tourist attraction. Perspectives. What this means for the Praxis. 3 perspectives for Mazatlan. Memorize this. 1. Mexican regional identity is real and tested. There is no single Mexican culture. There is Central Mexican, which are Mexico City, Mestizaje, the Aztec story. There is Southern Mexican, Oaxaca, indigenous rooted, and there is Northern Mexican, which are Sinaloa, Banda, seafood, Pacific. When Praxis tests Mexican culture, the right answer almost always specifies region because the writers know there isn't one answer. 2. Coastal mestizaje looks different. Mazatlan's mestizaje isn't just Spanish plus indigenous. It is Spanish plus indigenous plus German, the brewery story, plus Filipino, the Manila galleons that stopped here on the trade route between Asia and Mexico for 250 years, If you understand that mestizaje is region-specific, you understand why coastal Mexico is its own thing. 3. Tourism didn't erase regional identity here. Mazatlan has been a beach destination since the 1950s. But unlike Cancun, which was built for tourism, Mazatlan was a working port first. The pulmonías, the malecón Sundays, the seafood economy, those existed before the tourist and they remain. Praxis question on tourism versus authenticity. Mazatlan is your example of authenticity surviving tourism. Here is your Praxis style question. A Spanish teacher wants students to recognize that Mexican musical traditions are regionally distinct. Which of the following correctly pairs a genre with its region of origin? A. Mariachi, which is Sinaloa. B. Banda Sinaloense, which is Jalisco. C. Son Jarocho, which is Sinaloa. D. Banda Sinaloense, which is Sinaloa. Pick yours. Answer is D. Banda Sinaloense is from Sinaloa. The name tells you. A is wrong. Mariachi is from Jalisco. B inverts D. C is wrong. Son Jarocho is from Veracruz. Notice every wrong answer mismatches a genre to a region. That is Praxis trap on regional music. If you can map genres to states, you can solve any of this. That's the leverage. On the Praxis Check footer of your Mazatlan worksheet page, write your own version of this question. Pick a different regional pairing. Son Jarocho, Veracruz. Banda, Sinaloa. Mariachi, Jalisco. And build the trap. And here is another wrong answer trap to think about. Mexican cliff diving equals Acapulco. True and incomplete. Mexican clavadistas at El Mirador are the second tradition. And Praxis loves a both true question. Same worksheet as the last 3 weeks. Free in the description. Mazatlan is page 5. Print it, rewatch this video, fill in each column as you go. By the end of the series, you will have a Mexican regional study guide your textbook didn't give you. Next Tuesday, we leave Mexico. We've done the political capital, the indigenous heart, and the regional coast. Next, Madrid, which means we start the Spain block. And remember from episode 13, Spain isn't one culture. It is at least 4. Madrid is the first. Don't miss it. If this helped, smash subscribe so you don't miss episode 17. Quick mention. My Praxis Spanish Overview cohort is open right now. Link is in the description if you want structured prep beyond the series. See you in Madrid next Tuesday. Bye.